I'm Kyle Power, and I'm the owner and the creator of Topnotch Skateboards. Topnotch Skateboards started with me back in December 2003 with designing a skateboard press. In October 2005, I had some of my first boards that were skatable. And now I'm making hang quality decks right here in Newfoundland. This is the first time in the history of Newfoundland that skateboards have been manufactured to supply to the local skateboarding community. Everything is made by me from the start to the finish. From raw material to a finished product, all the graphic design and the graphic work is all done by me. It's hands-on, handcrafted quality work, a totally functional skateboard.
Piece of mayonnaise on some bread, and then putting a piece of bread on top of that, and mayonnaise on top of that, and then another piece of bread, and then the bread will get all squished. We're gonna have our stool. Squeeze down now. You'll see glue starting to squish out the sides. 20 tons of hydraulic force. Conserve, utilize, and maximize. No wastage. These wood breads, they come out looking like this. All the curves, the concave, the two kicks, and they're in rectangle, still in rectangle shape. A 14 and 3/8 wheelbase. The first thing we want to do is make sure that it's lined up in the center. Use your safety glasses and your ear protection. And everything looks really good. When you start to bend material, wood is not like steel. So after it's gone through the hardened stage, it starts to relax. When you start dealing with the angles that are more and more higher and higher and higher, and the amount of curvage you can put in that distance is going to be smaller and smaller. When you start to bend the materials, half the thickness of the material will go one way and half the thickness will go the other way. And then you times that by how many different bends in the material you have. And that's the science of that. Called a laminate trimmer, and a laminate trimmer is much like a router. The only difference is it's a one-hand held router as opposed to two. We're using a 120 grit sandpaper to sand down the top surface, any kind of marks from layout lines. If this particular board is going to have a graphic with the base coat, then I'll put stain on this. If it's just going to be a blank, then this is a finished product except for clear coat.
First thing we have to do is cut down a sheet so it goes into the vinyl machine. And a vinyl plotter cutter cuts patterns based on point-point geometry. we've lined up our lines, now we gently want to press the sticker and roll it down on top of the board surface. So there's our first image stuck to the board.
Okay, so now this is ready for spraying.
Now what the finished product is going to look like after it's been clear coat is it's going to look like this. One design that was finished off last week, the guy wanted to have the India beer label design. This is the first skateboard made in Newfoundland. So from a perspective of making skateboards, this is the first time skateboards have ever been made in Newfoundland. These skateboards can be either hung on the wall if you want to have some artwork for your house, or you can take them to the skate park and skate around and have a great time, like I did. Topnotch skateboards are always a good time.